What is going on, people of the internet? I am back already. Man, I'll bet some of y'all are still sleeping. I know some of y'all watched the podcast I did late last night, and you're probably thinking, man, he's probably not going to do another one for like 2 or 3 more days. Nope. Just a couple hours later, I'm back, baby, right up in here, right here. And today is a very special day. Today, I'm pumped because we have a very special guest with us. And it is a good friend of mine, a partner of mine. We work together a lot. He is easily the king of credit cards, I'd say, Mr. POS himself. And I'm going to explain what POS means for y'all that don't know. By the way, this is episode number 22 of the official ChatBot Podcast. I am your host, Ryan Baggott. And today joining me is the man, the legend, Mr. Jeff Maine from PayProudly. What is going on, dude?
I have no sound.
No sound. You can't hear me.
Can't hear you, Ryan.
Oh, no.
You hear me?
I hear you perfectly, man. Let's see here. Make sure on your device that your volume is turned on. You missed out on the song too, dude. Man, this song is legit. We're going to see if we can get this thing worked out, guys. And in the meantime, let me just go ahead and just pump this dude up a little bit more. Still can't hear me, right, Jeff? No, he can't hear me. He's trying hard to hear us. What we're going to talk about today is very important to many people in the chatbot game, in the digital marketing game. And if you have a business at all, what we're going to talk about today is extremely important with Jeff. It is all about a better way to pay. Let's see, Jeff's back. Let's see if we got him now. Yo, Jeff, can you hear me now, buddy? Nope, still can't hear me? Nope.
Ryan, I got nothing.
Man, I'll tell you what, it's probably Hargrave's fault, man. I'm going to call Jeff and see if I can't work him out. 1 second, guys. So let's see. I'm going to send him a text while I'm doing this thing right here. Be sure that your device volume is turned on. So we'll see if we can't get Jeff back here. The dude is a genius, good friend of mine. Happy to know the guy. Happy to work with the guy. Stay tuned. I'm going to see if we can't get this situation resolved. 1 moment. Let's see. He's back. Let's see. Can we? Jeff, can you hear me? Nope, not yet. I'm going to give you a call. 1 moment, guys. All right, guys, we're going to try it again. Jeff, he's nodding his head. We're tech savvy guys, friends. We're not going to fail you. Jeff, what's going on, man?
What's going on, Ryan? Sorry about that, man. I don't
You
know.
totally just played me.
I'm not tech savvy for sure, so
You
not
should
my game.
totally played me. You should have been like, what? I would have been so mad. I would have had to call Hargray on this phone. What's going on, dude?
Not much. How are you today?
Man, guys, I've been trying to get this guy, who's like the busiest man in Bluffton, Hilton Head area, on the podcast since like episode 2. It's episode 22, Jeff. We've been busy, hadn't we?
We've been busy, but we're going to do more of these. So maybe 32 we'll hit again.
That's right. This episode is going to bring a ton of value to my extremely humongous audience, by the way, of about 100 people. But the 100 people that watch this are actually gangsters in the chatbot game, Jeff. You've learned a lot about chatbots this year, probably having me around just like nonstop talking about it, right? And you just created some cool funnels for PayProudly, which we can look at later. But you're integral to the success of like 98% of any client of Tap the Table. You're integral. It's a necessary thing to process credit cards. And that is one of the few things I think that you are just an absolute expert on. But I'm going to zip it for a minute, guys. And we're going to let a real business professional, the guy with the money, tell us and teach us the things. And I want to know first, Jeff, tell us a little bit about yourself and what is PayProudly and why is it better than everything else out there?
Yeah, man, I appreciate it, Ryan. So, payments has been the space I've lived in for the last 25 years. Got into it in college, been selling electronic payments and, from ACH, Check 21, credit cards, gift cards, any kind of electronic payments outside of cash. We've built some companies. We've been successful in this space. And in the last year, we decided, my wife and I wanted to build a company based on a give back. And it was really important to us. And that's why we named the company Proudly. And what we're doing today is we give back with every transaction that's processed on our platform. We look at ourselves as the experts in this field. So, we work with our customers on what their needs are and what they need, and obviously a big thing is saving money. I know a lot of what we're going to go in today is different ways that we're doing that for customers. But we're in the businesses. We're not just that phone call that you make and we set you up for processing and we walk away. We want to be part of your business. We want to work with you and help you grow. And then, and bringing in partnerships like you, Ryan, from the marketing side and being able to talk to businesses about their marketing and help them grow their business. That benefits us and the business as well. And we work with lots of different businesses so we can bring different types of ideas to different segments. We from retail to home-based to internet to, service businesses. We set up a business last week that's got 18 service guys that are out in the field, going door to door. And we set all those 18 guys up to take credit cards in the field. So, we do that from point of sale system to the credit card machines, setting up websites to take credit cards. You name it. If you want to take electronic payments, and in today's world, if you're running a business, 98% of them are taking electronic payments in some sort of fashion. So we're the outfit to help with that.
And I'll tell you what, the 98, that percentage of businesses that aren't using electronic payments and credit cards, they're missing the boat, aren't they, man? I mean, they just have to be, I'd assume.
There's businesses that are set up in that world of being able to run their business without it. But in today, if you want to get paid quicker and you want to get your money in your bank account in a secure fashion, taking electronic payments is where it's at.
That's awesome, man. And I've got so many questions, and we're going to have a lot of questions in the comments for sure. Like I said, the people that are really doing this thing, that the industry I'm in, they're going to ask you questions. They're going to try to steal you from me, but they can't. They cannot do it. But there's enough PayProudly solutions to cover the United States, right? The whole thing.
Yeah, absolutely. We've developed PayProudly with a local concept in the back of our minds of actually being, changing the idea of credit card processing to walking in businesses and being in front of business owners. Mm-hmm. And we've been extremely successful with that, but it's definitely something that we want to go around the country and mirror in other towns and cities because it's an industry that's really got a kind of a bad name.
Yes, it does.
People just don't do what they say they're going to do anymore, and they raise their rates, and they don't follow through with things they tell you they're going to follow through with. Mm-hmm. And so we want to we want to scratch that, and we want to, you know, change the business. And, you know, I tell businesses all the time when we walk into a business, you know, everybody's got their favorite 2 or 3 customers they can give as a reference, but we'll open up our book and let you call any of our businesses that process with us as a reference, because,
Man, I'm going to hit
no
on
matter
that
what
really
they
quick,
process,
man.
we give that same level of service to them. If they process $1,000 a month or $500,000 a month in processing, it's the same level of service that we offer to that customer.
And guys, he is telling you the truth. I don't know how many places we've been to together this year, selling this and selling that. It's amazing how much the client. I thought the clients liked me, guys. They love Jeff. They love Jeff. Like I like to be the favorite.
You know,
And man,
it's
I am not the
amazing what
favorite with this
happens
guy
when
around.
you just call somebody back or walk in a door. You know, it's today we've become a you know, just send a text message, and we just, that's not who we are. So
You
know,
stand out in the masses, and then, you know, in the business that I'm in specifically, the communication is key, right? And so to not feel like just another text message or just another automated computer message is an important thing. Guys, there's nothing that will substitute hard work on someone's behalf of going to the place, shaking the hand, buying the. How many? I mean, do you support all the businesses that support you? I see you in there like exclusively almost.
Yeah, we support a lot of our businesses, and anything that we can do. You know, if we sign up an embroidery shop, obviously we're going to have our shirts made there. We, you know, sign up restaurants, that's where our family goes and eats. And, you know, but that's important to be seen in your businesses and be in those businesses. And, you know, it makes your attrition level 0 when you're doing business with your customers. They're not going to leave you. So
you're 1,000% right. And, you know, I am craving tacos right now, and there's no other place on Hilton Head that I'd get tacos from except Tio's. And Tio's,
Tio's is a great place.
You just got Tio's signed up to your network, right?
We did. You know, we worked with Tio's, and, you know, a couple of things that they were having different issues with. One, you know, obviously they love Tap the Table. They love the program. They wanted a solution that they could integrate that solution into.
Big piece right there. Integration, guys. Yes.
And so we've been working with Tio's. We are not a point of sale company, but we do work with a lot of point of sales. And we, you know, we work with these companies on installing new point of sales and businesses. And so what we do is we work with these businesses on what their needs are. And so obviously Tio's had a need for a different point of sale that we could integrate into Tap the Table, and, you know, set up different screens for them and just pain points that they were having. So we sat down and went through all those pain points, and we've been able to secure a new point of sale for them, and that we're going to be installing in their locations. And it's going to be integrated with Ryan and his product, which is huge.
It's huge, guys. Huge,
so,
huge.
When people log on to Tap the Table and they have that information and they're ordering a meal, you know, using that system, it's going to go right into the point of sale. It's going to go right to the kitchen. It's going to be, it's done. It's already paid for. It's being made, and they just have to show up and fix it. So that integration is a huge, huge deal.
All I've done this year is work around this and work around that. And finally, you reach the point where there's nothing else to work around. You're either going to live with the situation you're in, or as they say, if you can't beat them, join them, you know? And so in this case, Jeff is going to unlock so much potential outside of my control for TTT. It's incredible. And you can do the same thing for so many of your businesses. We're going to talk about this in depth. Here's like the most interesting, the wham factor of all. On average here in Hilton Head or the Low Country in general, how much are you saving restaurants specifically a year?
Yeah, so, you know, that depends. It's a great question. It really depends. I mean, we walk in restaurants and we save thousands of dollars, and we save big restaurants. You know, we can eliminate their credit card fees today. You know, that's a big deal that's happened over the last few years in our space, is the ability to charge a cash price and a credit price. And we have the ability to do that. And by doing a credit price, we can eliminate what they're paying in credit card fees. So you're talking, even a medium-sized restaurant, you're saving, you know, thousands of dollars a month in rates and fees. To a larger scale restaurant, you're saving $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 a month in credit card fees. And so it's been a huge deal. And when you can show on the receipt, it's a, you know, that you know, like, for example, if we show a receipt and it's a $47 cash price or a $49 credit price, psychologically, the customer doesn't really see that. They see it if you add it as a line item, but when they see that cash credit differentiator on the receipt, they don't really think about it. It's a couple bucks, big deal. And they give you a credit card and they go on down the road. But that couple dollars on every transaction, that's big money for a restaurant. That's 3-4 employees at the end of the year. That's it's all kind, a new point of sale, a new marketing, that they can drive more customers to their business. That, it's a lot of money they can reinvest in their business to grow. And so, it's really hitting in the big cities right now. It's coming our way. But it's a huge deal for restaurants. And so we're having a lot of success walking in restaurants and showing that model. And then when we can show it integrated into Tap the Table and drive more business to their restaurant and eliminate their fees, we're just all winning.
Home run. That's what I'm talking about. Now, this is a big deal, the Give Back program, and you've hit on it, but let's dive deep because you've kind of made the payment game sexy, Jeff. Let's just be honest. Payments are not sexy. The credit card fees suck. We all at Tap the Table, obviously, we have two options: the traditional Stripe way to go, and you're going to be paying fees on every transaction as a business owner. But where it's applicable, the smart, savvy, forward-thinking business owner chooses PayProudly, and they're going to save the money in the fees, for example, in some cases. But what truthfully can they get out of your Give Back program, which here in Bluffton, guys, the dude's famous for this because there's a lot of charity stuff involved, right? Let's explain that a little bit.
Yeah, there is. So, one of the big thing with Proudly, we give back with every transaction that's processed. And so we give back to the Clean Rivers and Streams. We've been given to Bluffton Self-Help. We gave to 2 to 3 different charitable organizations that were supporting families with meals and kids with iPads during COVID. And we've given to animal rescue operations. We've given to Young Life, Boys and Girls Clubs, some different cancer awareness centers that are raising money for families that are dealing with cancer. So, and that's something we do every month. We write checks every month, and we put that in honor of our businesses, because without our businesses, we would not be able to do that. So it's not Proudly doesn't need the recognition of that. We're just the machine that's making it happen. It's because our businesses that are processing on our platform, and so they deserve the recognition. So, when we do these checks, we go around and we take pictures, we put it on social media. We do a lot of, we want consumers to know, hey, if you go eat here, you go shop here, every time you do, a donation's being made to this charitable organization. So we're doing, our philosophy is to really support the local organizations, that the local money is being poured back into our local economy and our local, helping our local citizens. So, and that's what we're doing. And, bringing up the COVID, we can, a lot of this, I know from a consumer standpoint, you put your consumer hat on, you're like, man, I don't want to be charged a fee when I'm taking a credit, when I pay by credit card. But a lot of this, with COVID, when you think about these restaurant owners and what they've gone through, and their businesses today are still operating at a 50-60% occupancy and what they were processing. So, we have to think about those guys as well, and that they're suffering. And so they have a choice to make. They can increase their prices to try to pay their bills, or we can eliminate fees for them to help them stay in business. And that's where we're looking at it. We're looking at saying, hey, you should be willing to pay an extra couple dollars to help them. And if you don't want to pay it, that's fine. You can pay with cash as well. And that's why we give you that cash price.
That just to me makes so much sense. And, that for me, I have to think of, the easy way to do everything and the easy way to say things. And this is what it is, guys. You're going to save money in the long run when you're not paying these fees. Then, along with all of the fun things PayProudly has to offer, powered with Tap the Table, you're going to be making money in new ways, your new streams of revenue in about 7 minutes.
Absolutely.
And for a guy, I would argue a little with you about you not being so tech savvy. I think that you don't give yourself enough credit sometimes, but you're not a programmer. You're not a developer.
Definitely not.
You're not even going to consider yourself a social media marketer by any means, even though like everyone and their grandma does these days. But how was your experience building a visual funnel with Tap the Table. I just want to have something good said about my system.
I think Tap the Table is going to change a lot of things, and I'm not a social marketer at all, but diving in there and building the funnels and building how it's going to work, and then how it responds to the Facebook. It's easy. Anybody can be taught how to do it, and it's a walkthrough, connecting boxes, right, and connecting what your comments back are. And so we developed that funnel to talk back to every comment that's going to be made on the Proudly page. And the next step I talked to Ryan about this morning is, let's put some content out there. Let's start getting those comments.
He's ready,
because it's going to be exciting to see how it works in our industry. Obviously, you take a product like that was geared towards the restaurant market, but all of a sudden it works everywhere, because it's automating that Facebook and all those connections and building that database of people. So we're excited about it, and we're excited about growing not only our business, but using it to sell. When we're in working with businesses, to be able to tell them, hey, we have a tool that you can use that will market your business, and if it's not working over the first 60, 90 days, you'll know it. So it's not, there's no question. We'll be able to show you how many people have clicked on it, what they've done. We'll show you everything, and there's just marketing. That's not available. So to be able to prove the marketing, to me, anybody that walked in a business and said, hey, you just pay me if it works, basically. And that's, and that's what this is. You will know if it's working. So,
you can really, like he's saying, guys, use the tool to gauge what you're currently doing. You'll know what you're currently doing. Is it working or is it not? A good way to look at Tap the Table is, like I said last night, for any of you that watched, you are unmasking the anonymous website visitor. 100 people go to your website. You have no idea who those people are. If you have an awesome website set up, maybe you have a live map of where in the world the people are. That's really cool. Shopify offers that. I love it. It's one of my favorite features. But you're not going to know their names. You're not going to know the things that they've done necessarily. And, even with Facebook, there's so many privacy policies and rules in place. You cannot know the things. But the platform everyone has been sleeping on, that I have been screaming about all year long, it hasn't even been Facebook or Instagram. It's been what? Messenger. We see all the things. And Tap the Table is the best at retrieving information for the client, so in this case, Jeff, and providing value and direction to his potential clients. And what will happen with Jeff, and I can't wait, I'll have him back on the podcast once it's happened. We just set him up like the other day. So what we're going to do is, he's going to say, Ryan, I thought I was going to have to tell people about the tool Tap the Table you put on my Facebook, but they're asking me about it. They're going to be amazed. And so the trick here, guys, instead of worrying about such advanced, crazy social media strategy, we can focus on just simply being social. Like, if you're a business, you're posting ads versus content of value, you're failing if you're posting ads. If you do something where you're causing your audience to want to interact with you, want to be social, you're checking off every single box that Facebook's looking for. Plus, Tap the Table organizes all the data, organizes the follow-up. Jeff's going to run this game, man. This whole credit card game that he's the king of here locally. You just watch. 2021, we're coming for all the states.
That's it.
So let's look at this. Speaking of, what are some of your goals for PayProudly specifically through the end of the year? Do you have anything going on with Black Friday? And then tell us a little bit about your plans for next year.
Yeah, so the rest of this year, our goal is to really amp up our marketing and get our Tap the Table program working, get our marketing, done, get website, redone. It's got a lot of information out there right now, and we want to take a lot of that off and really hone it in and focus on more point of sale, cash discount, traditional, and Tap the Table. That's really what we're going to lead with next year, and make it real simple. And so we've been working a lot on that over the last month, and that's what we're going to finish the year out with, and continue to work towards signing more restaurants and getting restaurants on board. And our goal for 2021 is we're gonna double the business again.
Boom, double it.
We tripled it in 2020 with COVID. We feel we can double it, if not triple it again in 2021 with the tools that we have at hand. And that's just going out and signing accounts and working with business owners and having partnerships like Ryan is only going to help us get to that goal. So
you're just crushing it, man. You are just crushing it, dude. I can tell you, you could have chose to say, man, this pandemic thing is just like gonna kill my business. I'm just gonna be all sad and depressed and stay home all day. Well, we had to stay home for the most part, but you found so many ways digitally through Zoom. How many times have we done Zoom this year? You found so many ways to just crush it. And that's what I've been saying all year. I've been saying that if you are forward thinking, if you're building a list, I'll bet you have a database that Chat at the Table is also going to like quadruple this coming year. Yeah. If you try to do the things that are available in this day and age, you can win. It's a matter of effort in so many cases, in my opinion. And you put so much effort in. Can you just, I know you're not going to totally pat yourself on the back, but you know all the other credit card guys here, right? Some of them are awesome, maybe, and some of them are maybe lazy, right? I think you've got to be at the very top of the top as far as you never stop. Agree?
You know, we're going after our own market there, and
there you go. That's a great answer.
And we're going after our segment of the businesses. We don't need all of them. We want our little share of them, and the ones that are coming to us, they want that full package. That's what they're looking for. They're looking for that service level of service. They're looking for us to bring new ideas to them, new ways of marketing, new ways of growing their business, new ideas. I mean, we might walk in a business that doesn't think they want a new point of sale system, but after we talk to them and say, hey, the way you're running your inventory is not right, and we have solutions that can fix this for you, and we can save you time and effort and money. And so all of a sudden we're looking at new point of sale systems with them. And it's not because that's what we sell. It's just because that's the service that we offer. It
will help them meet their goal. Exactly, man. It's so painful to me. I go into restaurants all the time, whether they're mine or not. I'm always observing. And one of the things I always look at is, does the staff, well, first of all, what POS are they using? If I can tell from far away, I'm not like going to be in their grill. Hey, what are you using there? That's so weird, right? But I can kind of tell from looking afar. Are they using iPads? Are they using iPhones? Are they using the giant screens? Right. Is it fast? Do they have to get help? Even when I was in Publix this morning, getting dog food, it's up early. My dogs were hungry. We were out of dog food, man. I couldn't go last night. So super early. The lady, I don't even know how to work a cash register POS system for grocery stores at all. But the lady, I knew there was a button that needed to be pressed because, she's like, stick your card in here. Again, credit cards stuff, not a sexy industry. He's done such a great job, guys. It's just annoying. It does work. Put the card in. She's like looking at me like, what are you going to do? And I'm like, well, I'm waiting for the machine. You need to hit the button, lady. I don't know the button to tell her. So finally she gets, and this is an older lady, she gets like the youngest kid around. And she's like, hey, this thing's broken. This thing's got a bug. I hate when people say that because 9 times out of 10, it's a user error. The kid, he's probably like 15, 14 years old, goes, you have to hit the button, paid, gone. And, it's so true what he's saying that restaurants might think they're good. I don't need no POS additions. I've had the same thing since 1995, Jeff. I'm still in business. But how much money have you lost, sir? Why do you want to pay $30,000 in credit card fees, sir? Then the mood changes, doesn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, we have restaurants we walk in, there's not even doing online ordering yet. But answering the phone every 30 seconds and thinking that's the right thing. And it's like, man,
you don't know what you don't
we can help you and we will increase how much food you have. People will be online ordering. So there's just little things that we want to help the local businesses with.
And that's what it's all about, guys. And I know I probably have already held you up from like 2 or 3 appointments by now. Like every time I call them, we're both in the car. And like I'm usually way over here on this side, like, in the woods somewhere with some mulcher dudes a lot of times. And he's like, well, I'm going to this restaurant and this. And man, we were just like, you motivate me, man. I just want you to know that I don't tell you that enough.
Appreciate it.
Because I try to be tough on the phone, tough and gangster. I'm not a real gangster. I'm just, I just play the part, man. Do the things. Jeff, thank you so much for coming and dropping this knowledge. Tell people where they can find you if they want to kiss their credit card fees goodbye. And if they have questions, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
So payproudly.com is our website, payproudly.com. Go out there. We have contact information out there. My email address, jeff@payproudly.com, jmaine@payproudly.com. Would love to, chat with you guys, talk with you. Our phone number's on the site. Feel free to call. We would love to, come out and speak with you, speak with you on the phone, talk about integration. We do a lot of different integration to different, from websites to different point of sales and such as working with Ryan. So we'd love to hear what you're doing and how we can help you.
Jeff, thank you so much, guys. He's so right, especially the restaurants. Like, I hate to think that I'm not providing the special attention to the local market anymore as Tap the Table grows. And we're focused. Our goal at Tap the Table is to help as many restaurants and retail stores as possible. We want our stickers on every table. Before you go, again, I'm siphoning from your audience, Jeff. So I know that there's some people that have never heard of me, maybe never seen me. There's been a lot of people that have watched this. What is Tap the Table? Why does he call it that, guys? This is a coaster, right? Taken from a restaurant locally. It does have a little magic sticker on the back. This is a Tap the Table NSC sticker. Now, we can make this coaster do fun things. That sounds kind of crazy, right? I've done this for you, Jeff, so that way we can just get our gears really spinning on all the things. What if instead of using this coaster just to, keep the bar from getting wet or the table from getting wet when you're setting your cup there, we had directions that said tap here? What if it said place your phone here? Or what if there's a QR code even, right? And what I want to show you guys is, here's my phone here. Let me turn my screen brightness down. You can see how cute Rambo is because he is like the cutest German Shepherd ever. I'm going to just get really close to the thing and bam. Did you see that? That's a notification. Boom. Now, where does the notification go? It goes to Pay Proudly, Jeff. There's the smile right there. And then look, guys.
And by the way, I just got a text message. I got an email.
Right. Guys, let me tell you this. I didn't even have to touch the phone. Let's do this again for those of you at home that are just like, what just happened? Standard coaster. Jeff didn't know I was going to do this. He's like, what is he doing? Here's the coaster. Here's my phone. Let's imagine I'm not in the Tap the Table dungeon. I'm in a restaurant. And this thing might say, scan me or tap me. So here comes the phone getting close enough to, bam, there's a notification. The notification goes to his website. And what do we got? Chat opens right up. So when someone is watching this podcast, you're like, man, how did Ryan say that dude could save me $32,000 a year? They're going to go to your website. The Facebook plugin for Messenger for Tap the Table is going to open and say, yo, how can we help? There. It's exactly, it pulled right up. How can we help? And when they click the button, what happens? You start to see the leads. You start to see the people. I'm sure they've already done this since we've been on the phone or on this podcast. You're going to see the people ask the questions. And it's going to be so fun. This was just a really quick trick. I want to just get his mind spinning. He's like thinking of companies to buy right now. How can I get this at the best price?
That's great.
Jeff, thank you so much. We'll have you back for sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, let's answer Roger's question real quick.
Oh, he's better than me looking at questions. I don't ever do that till I'm done. Yes, do it, Jeff.
Why he's on there, but Roger, the big deal for a replacement of a point of sale system, that's only needed in certain situations. And when we walk in restaurants, depending on what kind of system they have, we sometimes suggest a replacement. But there's a lot of these point of sale systems that are fantastic and they don't need to be replaced. So it's all depends on what they have.
Great question.
It just depends. So that would be the answer to that question.
Now, to add my little spice to that answer, what we can say is this. If I know they're not a client of TTT, without a doubt, without a shred of a doubt, Jeff and I can walk into that place and have a solution for them that don't have that will definitely work. Yeah. If they don't have it, it will work.
Yeah, and we're going to be adding to that integration list with TTT by then.
That's what they're going to want.
Say by the end of next year, we'll have 50 plus point of sales on TTT.
Yes, guys. They're
big ones first.
And this is the only solution that this is going to be possible. There are, Jeff is smart. He's building some things on Tap the Table. You don't have to build crap. We've got funnel starters, plug and play solutions. You don't, the businesses, they don't want to know how to build anything. They just want to sell their stuff, and integration makes it easy and brainless and thoughtless. And that's what it has to be. So yeah, he said 30, 50 POSs. We're going for all of them. And y'all stay tuned. Be sure to follow Jeff at PayProudly. Hit him up. Let him know you saw this episode. If you need anything, restaurants, if you're wondering, is my POS not okay? They've got me thinking. Talk to him. If your POS is good, he will tell you it's good. Truthfully, Jeff, thank you so much. Jeff, thank you so much, man. I'm going to be late for my meeting with Blair, my blogger, and Blair's the man. We're going to meet up and talk gyro track stuff. Jeff, you and I will link up later. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate the time, Ryan.
And guys, thank you for watching back-to-back podcasts, PM, AM shift. You'll never know what's going on. You never know. You just got to be ready, guys. We're out here. Going to spread all across the country with the best way to pay proudly, and obviously tap the table, baby. Don't have an account yet? Tapthetable.io. It's free for 14 days. It's awesome. You'll never turn it off. If you have any questions, as always, let me know. Peace.